I just got a load of wood from the backyard, old wood pile, and I'm going to go ahead and dump it here where wood pile I've been using has dwindled. So see if I can get it on videotape.
Is it going to be strong enough to lift it? It is not strong enough to lift it.
I had to take a little bit off the top. It was too much for the piston to push it. So we'll see if we can get that to dump.
That sounds like it's at the weight capacity right there for tipping. There it goes. Is that as high as it goes? Looks like as high as it goes.
Pile's dumped. There's a little bit much for that piston. And I think there's a little bit of a hump in the back of the bed. I tried to reinforce it here. I'll go ahead and raise it and show you guys what I did. Underneath, this is my my switch here. Got the down, and we got the up. So we're gonna go up with it. And the piston will hold the bed wherever you take your finger off the switch. Didn't sound too strong, but this is it. I put some reinforcements underneath. The blue stuff's what came with the kit, the blue steel, and the red, you can see where I spray painted it, added on. Try to give it a little bit more stability. And this bed's a bit rusty. And you got to watch out too. You see this notch I had to cut out here, right between here and here. If you're not careful, this is a Ford F-250. It's an 02. You'll end up smashing your wiring here, which I didn't figure out till later, but luckily didn't do a whole lot of damage. And then the gas tube. I checked YouTube to figure out what guys were doing with the gas tank filler tube. It comes with a tube that 90s, and it's supposed to go over to your, somewhere here in your wheel well, but didn't like the idea of the, road grime and water and stuff getting all up in where the cap is. So what I did was I pulled the tube off and I cut it back here and here and here, and then cut the tubing down and refitted the tubing on. The kit comes with a bracket, an L bracket that I used here, and I used a wood wedge to get the tank up at an angle so that the gas would not drip out. And I never saw anybody show me that on YouTube. I was wondering how to do that, so hopefully that answers some questions for some of you guys. And it was a pain to get this thing on. I did the majority of it myself. Used a carport to lift the bed up, and drove the truck out from underneath of it. And had to weld the bumper back on. The back bumper there is a horrible weld. I'm sorry. I'm an amateur when it comes to welding. But I had to weld the rear bumper on. And as you can see, there's a good bit of rust underneath this truck. Let me go around maybe the other side. It's got like had to cut a notch out of the frame. I don't know if you can see it there. Came right across and back towards the back there, and then you put this really simple L bracket that they give you in the kit. Just throw that on there, and there's the other side there. Let's see if we go around. Here's the piston. I mounted it on this side of the truck. I used a fuse, so if the wiring shorted out, it wouldn't keep on burning. All right, here's the other side. I just shot at that L bracket. See, maybe a little bit better. Just in case you guys are trying to get your bolts out of your bed, I had a horrible time getting the bolts out. They go through, that mount into the frame. I had to grind the heads off. I can only salvage 2, which were the back 2. I went to Harbor Freight and I got the star bit and put it on an impact gun, and I shattered the impact star bit. So I decided that they were probably not going to unscrew. I used penetrating oil. I used I didn't use PB Blaster. I used krill oil, but it didn't seem to do the job. So, and I also I welded these. Come with the kit as well. I welded these on. These keep the bed from shifting left and right when it's in the down position. And that was probably the heaviest load I ever dumped with this dumper. And I was not on really level ground, so I don't know if that contributes to it. In the kit, they send you this kit. I forgot where I purchased the kit. It was a couple years ago when I put it on. But that they give you a piece of metal in the kit, and I cut it down and I used it as a bracket here. And when you put this kit on, make sure that you empty the gas tank out, because you're going to have to unbolt the gas tank. So make sure this is a 38-gallon gas tank. It's really heavy if you don't empty it. So that's pretty much it. I took out the shielding. It had 2 or 3 shields that went up through here. I took them out, and it all went back together pretty easily. It took me about 4 days, and then put that extra bracing in. But it was a bit of a challenge for one person, but fairly easy to get it together. So that's pretty much it. Let's see if I can give you another shot of that. And I built the headache rack before I put the dumper on there. But all right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it down. And if you take your finger off the button, it'll just stay put where it is. That was another one of the questions I had before I bought the kit, where was, if I put it up, is it going to follow me, or is it going to come right back down again? And as you can see, it doesn't. It'll just hold wherever you leave it. And there it goes. All right, I hope this answers some questions. Maybe some of you guys had out there. I know that answered a bunch of my questions. Thanks.